Hey everybody, this is Eric Helverson. This is my video for my 4.0 reflection video assignment. This is where we make a fun little video and we get to answer a few questions in our rubric. So I'm going to get right to it. The first question is, what did you learn about or share about the industry during your time in this course, which is, of course, technology in the entertainment and media industries. The biggest thing that I learned about everything here was how much there is to do. There is such a massive scale of research and technologies and terms, just the terms alone. There's so much that you have to learn, and how each specific subsect pertains to those skills and those sets and what everybody's job is, basically. Learning just that in itself was probably the biggest thing I took out of all this, is how massive this industry and how intrinsic all of this work really is with each other. What did you learn about your own future in it during this period of industry exploration? The big reason that I even started going back to school for Full Sail was I actually want to make a video game. I had a nightmare one night that really compelled me to put this video game together, and it kind of evolved from that point. You know, I want to make a video game. Oh, well, you know, why not make my own game studio? You know, there's a lot of things that we could benefit from having a really heavy-hitting game studio here in Montana. We could definitely use some new revenue, some new income, and I would really like to be able to make that happen. So as far as everything that I learned in this class and applying it toward that concept was how much there is to do. This is a massive, monumental, colossal project. It can be kind of daunting sometimes, but, you know, without risk, there's no reward. You know, if you're going to sit there and be content in what you're doing, then nothing's really going to pay off. You know, sometimes you got to go for that big leap just to see if you can make it. So as someone who wants to make and create his own game studio, this is really important information for me. It's really important for me to know what everyone's job is, how they do it, how they can improve on it, and how they work with each other to get these projects done. I mean, very few of these projects are done by 5, 10 people. You know, the only example I can think of, the lowest group number working on a video game that I can think of was No Man's Sky, and those were still 15 guys, and that took them the better part of 8 years to put together. So, I mean, that's a lot of work. There's a lot to do, but you know, if you ask me, it's worth it, and I'm going to keep going for it. The last question here is, going forward, how will you apply the skills and concepts you've gained to your future success, both in your academic care as well as your professional career? I think I kind of already answered that one, but I'll go over it again. Persistence, perseverance, making sure that you do what you set out to do. If you have an assignment that's due by a certain time, make sure it gets done. If you have certain things you want to get done on the side, make sure that they get done. I think that's probably the biggest key that I can take and put into both aspects of my life, as far as academic, professional, career, even family life. I mean, if you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. You're not going to get anywhere by saying, oh, I'm going to do this, and then, you know, if it gets too tough, you fall out. Nobody gets anywhere doing that. Nobody makes history doing that. Nobody makes any changes doing that either. If you could give the upcoming TEM classes some advice, what words of wisdom would you offer those students to help them get the most they can from this experience? Do not procrastinate. Oh my God, don't. I am currently working 2 jobs. I have 2 kids, and I'm still going to school. There have been lots of instances where I've put things off that I probably shouldn't have. Dark Souls 3, the expansion that came out a little while ago, that's taken a little more of my time than it really should have. This video probably should have been uploaded at least yesterday, maybe even the day before, but you know, like I said, this is my assignment. I'm getting it done by its due time. Do not procrastinate. Get a jump on what you're doing. Read your assignments early. Know what's coming. Get some plans going, and use what you can to make sure that you are going to do what you want to do and what you need to do. The other thing I would say too is that don't hesitate to be creative. That was probably the biggest thing I really liked about this class. Not so much takeaway from, but that was the biggest thing that I liked, is that, well, here's your assignment. Be creative. Do what you want. that's awesome. That's what we're in this industry for, is to let our creative side come out where it can. You know, when you're writing a paper, what color do you want to pick? I'm more of a green and blue guy. I like green and blues. So that's what I put in a lot of my papers. I love the freedom of choice and expression that they gave you in these assignments that you still had to do. That was the best part of it. Don't be afraid to be creative. Don't be afraid to let your ideas come out. Do not procrastinate. Take it from me. Good Lord, if you take anything out of this video of mine, don't put things off. It will come back to bite you. Anyway, I think that is about it. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any other questions, you can feel free to email me or get a hold of me any other way you see fit. Thanks for your time. Have a good night.